Hello everyone, welcome to the quarterfinals for the Best Sub Tourney, the 4th edition, number 4. I'm your host today, my name is Mustard, I'm joined here by Drayton and Jace. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
And yeah, this match should be a banger that we have on our hands. The first seed from the B group against, I believe, the second seed from the C group. So yeah, what do you guys think is going to come out of this match?
I'm expecting British Seals. I think they have a very solid lineup. They've got quite a bit of people from the defending BPL champion Catboy crew. So, you know, they have some talent and some pre-existing synergy already. I think High-Ground Rhinos, they got some potential, but as we look at this bracket, the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of Reverb versus Aqua. That's going to be an interesting game. A little bit of tension between those teams. I don't want to say it's beef, but it's Father's Day and something's grilling.
Fair enough. Yeah, of course, as it always is. And we have your bracket coming up here. Yeah, the winner of this plays Reverb and Aqua. On the other side of the bracket, the Saskatchewan Rough Riders against Women Love Us, and then Komodo Knights against the Left Michigan Baby Eaters. So, of these two teams here today, which team do you think has the potential to win it all?
That is a good question.
Out of these two, I would say definitely the British Seals. Hydron Rhinos, they have noticeable players. They have players that have played together, but I think even just like standing through the British Seals roster for a second, obviously like the Hydron Rhinos standout players, in my mind, absolutely Drake. We've got a lot of crazy echo plays in the BPL and in the vast sub-tourney wider community, but Drake is definitely up there as one of the top players. Was vital for research in that run through the mid-season bracket. But I think, unfortunately, it might be the scene from Game of Thrones where it's sort of Jon Snow against the horde of wolves.
Yeah, you guys are getting thrown right in the game, so I will be taking my leave as we throw to the casters.
Yeah, so we see two entirely different comps, actually. We got a little bit of the zombie comp that we've seen in Overwatch League, and then a double main tank composition from High Ground Rhinos.
Yeah, here we are, that's the first pick as Drakey gets followed. So on the Genji, not on the Echo, opting to but it looks like it's just going to be a little bit of skirmish as both teams jostle for first point control.
Yeah, just the Echo providing so much more value. We've seen, I mean, already 69% accurate to their ultimate, and Drake is struggling at 21%. But Protein Shake, they built up that Molten Core. They're going to commit it in, and Sleeping, he's bringing this fight back in. That's 2 kills from the Lucio there, and the support line, they're absolutely hard carrying. They've picked up 4 kills in this fight, and what looked like a very lost fight for High Ground Rhinos is just going the entire other way.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Butters managed to build the window up before the coalescence of the Morrow. That's not something that you see every day. And we said at the start of this fight, I thought British Seals were going to take it. They have a lot of members of Catboy crew and Seals, but they should have a lot of base energy on top of being the champions of the BPL Season 2 anyway. But it looks like Butters and Sleeping are absolutely saying no here, and they're just going to push the first fight out for their team.
Yeah, and Drakey's going to get the first pick here onto the Lucio. Sherb will fall, and the B is dropped in response. Drakey also getting kill on Vincent, so maybe for me a little bit wrong about the value of that Echo, but that duplicate for Vincent will be up in this next fight. But Drakey's got themselves a 3K, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's going to be a Naked Blade for Drakey. There's nothing to really combo, but it could be used to clean up the cooldowns. This comp from Hydron Rhinos is weird, it's zombie-esque, but I'm I'm not quite sure what it's wanting to do, but I think it's just wanting to sustain and kite. They have so much poke with the Torbjorn, and they have so much sustain with these two main tanks able to kind of just peel themselves up. But they're going to be going in aggressive.
Oh no!
It does get ripped off though. Oh, sleeping too. Oh my goodness.
Sleeping is absolutely hard carrying. That's like his 5th environmental. He's going full Lee J Gon here with the environmental kills. He is sacrificing the entirety of British Seals to this Ilios well. My goodness.
My God, I mean, his name is Sleeping, but it looks like he's going to be sending the British Seals to an early bedtime. I believe that's 4 or 5 environmental kills already on Ilios. Well, that is the hallmark trade of a good Lucio player, and with penultimate fight, guys, look at that ult advantage for high ground Rhinos.
And they're just committing here with the double tank ultimates as well as a support ultimate from Lucio, but with the amount of boops that Sleeping has gotten, he has that every fight. I think he actually used it at the beginning of the last fight as well. And now as we're approaching 95%, there's not really much for British Seals to work with. They have that Diva Bomb to potentially create some space, but here's going to be the early Death Blossom. He's able to find one, and that's going to be Butters out of the fight early. This is looking like it should go the way of British Seals, but I've said that before. And again, Sleeping finds a boop. What are you doing? He can't keep getting away with this. He gets a boop off onto Azu. It's going to be the Diva Bomb coming in, finds nobody, but it's just going to create some space as the ticks will slowly come towards British Seals, but the boop now is Sleeping almost going the way that he's sent so many, but it's actually going to be Sherb. He's falling incredibly low. The Genji will be taken down by that skill orbit, and it's finally looking like British Seals are going to give themselves a cap, and Magnolia now over onto this Sombra.
Yes, so they're going to get it to 99, I think, almost off the back of Sleeping's boop, and as well, huge Lucio play. Just being able to find that much value with that right click on such a low cooldown is crazy, but nice cleanup as well. I thought, you know, if there was anyone to break this fight open for the Seals, it was going to be Magnolia and Riptide, and absolutely those two really pulled together to do an insane amount of damage in a quick time and really swing the fight. Vincent gets the opening pick, so that's the Genji gone.
But it will be traded out here. Magnolia trying to get that hack onto the Reinhardt is going to get pressured out, but now we'll finally get it. So now there's going to be no main shield available, and Butters is going to fall in the back line of Azu, causing disruption there. Now without that big source of healing, there's not really too much that high ground Rhinos can do, as they also lose their Torbjorn and Protein Shake. So they're going to have to take the reset here. It's about 40% for British Seals.
Yeah, I like the Sombra pick. It's going to be kind of hard to get the hats off against these two shields, but when you manage to land that all-important cooldown on one of these tanks, you really do need to punish them down. They didn't quite manage to get Scythe on that Reinhardt, but unfortunately Protein Shake fell right into the lap of Azu as well. So 1 for 1, and they kind of take that every time with Coalescence. It's looking kind of breezy here for British Seals.
Yep, we're seeing now Vincent, he's going to copy onto that Winston here, trying to build up that Primal Rage. He needs to get it soon. He's going to get taken out, though, right before he gets that ultimate online. Will not be getting it this time, but that doesn't seem to matter, as 2 have fallen for British, or for high ground Rhinos. Drakey just finding so much value on this Genji is sort of the counter to this Echo somehow. But the hack on Cypher is exact, or the Psych, I don't know how to say that name, but the hack is exactly what they need to get this fight with.
Yeah, I think I misread that. Apologies. I think that's Cypher or something. I think it's Saiga. As these fours are going to have to go to the ball to contest, but 99 to 95, it's going to be an EMP. They're going to have to walk straight into the loving oncoming arms of Magnolia. There we go. The lights are out. The Torbjorn ultimate comes down to no avail.
Riptide threw in that Diva Bomb, but did not calculate where they were going to land, and landed in the Ilios well. No assistance there from Sleeping, but Magnolia is able to shut down Drakey with that blade. They found a lot of value on this Sombra so far, and they will continue to do so. Now just pressuring down Sleeping. He's falling so low, but the coordinated dive is going to come onto Magnolia, who's just going to TP out of there immediately. Sleeping has fallen, so there's no chance of boots for the high ground Rhinos, and that has been their lifeblood this series. They have not won a fight since they stopped getting those boops, and they haven't gotten control back since. And it's looking like it's going to be a 99-0 comeback for British Seals. And slowly the last members are coming on. Sleeping, he has to find something here, but he's just going to end up dying in that pit. And British Seals, they come back from 99-0 to take this round.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid making too many slumber-based puns, but it ironically felt like British Seals were the one kind of sleeping, right? Like, they managed to sort of slowly build a port economy in those first 2 fights, and as we were sort of gobsmacked, and we saw the kill feed just be littered with boops from that Lucio off the high ground Rhinos. But once British Seals got control of the point, once Magnolia had health pack control, once they were able to go off the angles and really find these high-value hack targets, it was honestly plain sailing for this Seals team. They had so much quick follow-up. Coalescence with EMP is just the most free fight win in the game, ladies and gentlemen. It is incredibly freeload, and it buffers your ult autonomy so good as well. And it looks like, honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the British Seals here on this map point for the first map, going to be rolling out onto Lighthouse on exactly the same comp, and honestly, I don't mind it.
Yeah, but we're still seeing the double main tank here from Sig and Wadet. It's gonna be the early dive in from Azu, but Riptide is gonna fall very low here. Is gonna need to get healed up by their teammates. But Sleeping again will fall first. He's taking a nap now as the rest of his team is trying to get to this point presence, but they don't have a speed to get out of there if anybody falls too low or the dive comes in too well. It's gonna be Magnolia now following Drakey, finding a lot of value on this pick of the Genji, and somehow the first point goes to the high ground Rhinos. They just have too much point presence for really anything to happen here. Vincent now on this, they're on this Tracer now, but Sleeping is going to get booped off by Sherb. That's not what you want to see. Sleeping has been the boop king, but now being put in place. It's just a pandemonium on the point, as now it's going to be Azu following to the random swings of Sig. Now Magnolia trying to get some hack and get some presence on this point, but Paul's gonna fall as Butters does as well. So now it's just Lucio healing for both teams. Yep, and now sure, this B is gonna have to come online quickly, but he's gonna be taken down by the turret. Somebody has to deal with it. It's just been sitting in the corner. Protein Shake just absolutely takes off Vincent's head, and Azu will finally destroy the Torb and his turret, but it's too late as everybody else on his team has fallen.
Yeah, so they get 44%. They managed to hold the fight from the jaws of defeat. I thought for sure the British Seals were going to manage to find a pick or two, but both of these teams, honestly, kind of low damage. There's no Discord orb, there's no damage boost. Protein Shake is going to be arguing he does a lot of damage with that Tourbillon turret and those right clicks, but it is kind of a weird Frankenstein comp. As I said, this Genji is going to be very good at finishing off low targets, but
that's a big EMP.
That's a huge EMP from Magnolia, though. That's everyone falling. Coalescence is committed and beat as well, so this is going to be a very expensive fight, and potentially it's not over yet.
Yep, the Coalescence will be taken down mid-cast by Drakey, but he will pay with it for his life. Now sure, he's falling incredibly low. They need to get him out of there if they want to keep this fight alive, but it's going to be Vincent now taking down Signet. And it's going to be the Boob now onto Riptide. It's losing that mech as well. And now we're approaching 85%, and looks like British Seals will finally get point presence. But as I say that, Vincent's going to fall, and Azu is so incredibly low. They need to keep him in this fight if they want to have this point presence. But the skill orb from Butters is able to take down his mirror in Paul, and somehow this fight has gone the way of high ground Rhines. They're just able to hold on at the final moment. British Seals, we're going to go to a third round, it would seem. Sherb is going to be taken down, but the Diva Bomb not able to do anything, and that should be curtains on this round.
Yeah, absolutely, it should be. I think, you know, one of the core fundamentals of Control, ladies and gentlemen, is lose and lose slowly, and Hydon Rhinos have lost so slowly that they've ended up winning. Not quite sure how that works. My brain is a little off today. It could be the 5G, it could be the sleep. Who knows at this point? Bill Gates, take the chip out, please. Thank you. Either way, so I believe we're going to Ruins for the final map. Not too bad for the Sombra comp overall, but honestly, I think absolutely fine for this sort of cockroach-esque formation that we're seeing from the High Ground Rhinos themselves.
High Ground Rhinos comp just does so well when they have point presence. You could really see it there, especially in that small room, as people have to come in. The turret's just dealing damage. There's a monkey in one corner tickling everybody who comes in. There's a Rhine hammer on another door, and there's just a Genji right-clicking as people enter. It's so hard to get through that point, initial point, to get any sort of value here. But it's now going to be a much wider open map, and I think that can really help the British Seals, especially with this Wrecking Ball competition. Wrecking Ball does so much in this open space where they can just do and swing wherever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is one of the better ball comps on the game. We've been told from production that it is actually Signet, and it's just a shorthand version, I assume, for a tournament account. But Paul is the first pick onto Drakey. That's the Genji gone. Honestly, a bit of a risk to run that pick in itself. Okay, Paul, fighting two, Nolan, Corona, or you, on the flank in the background. Right-click Morigo Burr.
It's going to be this first point presence going the way of British Seals. Although they're still putting a fight put up as Signet will take down Vincent. that is going to even things out a little bit, but they will trade their life for it. Paul, I believe, said 3 in this fight, but Drakey's back. He's taking down Sherb. A healer has to go down, or Drakey has to be punished here. He's taken down 2 now in this fight, and Paul will be the next to fall. Somehow, High Ground Rhinos, when they lose members, it doesn't matter. Drakey with a 4K in that fight, my goodness.
And he got picked off first as well, but the Genji came back, and he came back with a vengeance, going to net himself 53% on the Blade, and they get the first cap as well, so that all-important ult advantage. Normally it's been given over by the first point, but I think just looking, British Steels definitely have the ult advantage. Yes, Protein Shake can go first with this Torbjorn ultimate, but if this offensive team can tight it back, they're going to have an EMP for the recontest, with Cole also coming up for Paul very, very soon too.
Azu falling a little bit low as the engage is about to come in. Will be pile driving. That's going to get just about everybody. He's built up the mines with that pile driver. Now it's going to be the EMP coming out. It's going to find 3, but
Good beat. Really good beat.
Yep, big key there was that sleeping was not hacked up in that process. It's going to be now the bomb coming in onto point. Riptide trying to get the remech killer, or at least some damage onto Signet. Doing that damage to that Ryan would have been so valuable, but it's going to be Drakey that's going to end up falling now. Vincent able to kill them with that beam, and you can't really deflect a beam coming at your face. But Protein Shake, they're able to take down Vincent, and it doesn't really matter how many people you lose if you're High Ground Rhinos. They will find a way with this very weird comp to come back into it.
Yeah, and I wonder if British Steels are scrambling to go over to the counters. I think the Reaper die is definitely something that they'd want to go for. I don't mind the Sombra as well, but hey, if Vincent isn't comfortable on it, then carry on with this Echo, because this Execute Beam is going to be so good against the mass sustain that the High Ground Rhinos do have. And only double tagged ultimates means that with the beat in the hand for Sherb, this should be a fight the British Shields can really, really look to win and hopefully flip the point.
Oh my goodness. Azu's going to be the first to fall. The Blade comes out, not going to be able to find anybody with that, but the Shatter just to punish Magnolia. And it's looking like we're going to have 2 back-to-back 100 to 0s. Just British Shields were never able to get any sort of point presence. And really, this could have been just as easily a 200 to 0 if High Ground Rhinos were able to clutch out on that first point. Azu now has gone back over to the Wrecking Ball just to touch again. So they're going back to that pick that hasn't really provided them that much value. Riptide gonna be taken down by the Torb turret, and the hammer kill from Protein Shake. That's gotta hurt the mental. But Butters is gonna fall in this fight. Vincent taking him out. But again, Drakey, the counter, is able to take down Vincent in this fight. There's no way that should be happening. And that should have just secured here as 2 more kills go their way. Protein Shake would get a kill on both the healers. Signet just throwing themselves off the map. You don't need to touch anymore as Azu has to go off the point. And High Ground Rhinos, they've come out with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, so for the power of Boops, Anime, and Frankenstein, High Ground Rhinos are going to take them up. I think that's a shock to pretty much everyone in the lobby and in the Twitch chat. British Steels, not only did they have a strong core that probably already played together and have plenty of experience playing together already, probably very much alike playing with each other, coming off from Catboy Crew. Those guys were the defending BPL Season 2 champions, and they got kind of rocked by the High Ground Rhinos. Welcome back, Mustard. Thoughts on that map, Chief?
Man, that was wild. That was quite a map. Like, the first map looked very competitive, as you mentioned, and High Ground Rhino was able to wrestle it back with back-to-back 200 to 0s. And as you guys mentioned, Drake as the player to watch on High Ground Rhinos, one of the superstar players from Resurge in BPL Season 2, and we see him popping off here. I mean, amazing plays on the Genji. Definitely not a meta pick, but for sure working out and paying dividends for High Ground Rhinos. That Caplar Crew core that you mentioned just really isn't showing itself today.
I do wonder, but one thing I wanted to touch on quickly before we get into the second map is just Genji is a hero in that comp, relies on, I think, really the dash resets and the ability to just finish off the low targets. Doesn't really do much damage himself, I assume, and that damage has to come from elsewhere. And it clearly is because, Vincent, probably the supports as well, I think Butters and Sleeping had the name all over the kill feeds as well. But it looks like this team comp could fall apart very quickly, in my opinion. But right now, it's holding together and it's going strong.
Yeah, it's looking amazing out there. And honestly, definitely the interesting pick with the Torbjorn. And we did see the hammer kill come in, and we all love hammer kills.
That's the one thing where if you pick Torbjorn, it doesn't really matter how well you do on Torb. If you get the hammer kill, it was a success.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so going into the second map, which I believe will be a hybrid map, what do you think is going to go down at Drayton?
Well, it's going to be British Steel's pick. And honestly, hybrid, you can kind of run. Most of the maps can definitely go brawl. That's kind of where most of those maps go. And it seems like British Steels, they want to be running more of this dive. And finding a map where you don't enable this Reinhardt is going to be hard. Signet just doing whatever he wants, really. And there's not really much contention. If they want to go over to a map like King's Row, I think this hybrid comp could still find success. Genji can still find value on those high grounds just poking from afar. So I think it's going to be a real challenge to find the hybrid map pick that's going to work for British Seals.
King's Row, I think, would be good because they have clones. He's obviously a very experienced and known Reinhardt player. So that would be perfect for him to kind of just W key. I wonder if they found the answer. I think when I look at the comp immediately that comes out from this Rhinos team, I think potentially maybe Doomfist. I don't think it matches too well up into the Torb, but anyone that's ever played Winston or Reinhardt will know that if there's a Doomfist on the enemy team, you kind of just need to Alt F4 the lobby immediately. And then when you put both of them together, there's no peel aspect there, and the Doom can kind of just run at them in full tempo, and you can get absolutely smashed by the big, funny one-punch man. So if anyone on British Seals can play the Doomfist, and I mean, I'm sure Drakey can. I mean, it's been pulled out time and time again, the good old Doom recon test, as we've seen, so potentially could snowball that into a full map. And who knows, I think if there's one way that Seals have to get themselves back into the series, the Reinhardt Doom Rush is probably going to be the answer.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, British Seals, they look super strong in the group stage. They went 4-0 before they dropped 2 maps to the last place team in their group, Galera, which was a match. It was a very amazing match, and I don't know if that kind of hurt them in any way going into this one, into their quarterfinals match, considering they kind of got beat by the 0-2 team. You know, going in as the top seed for the group. You know, is it showing like their momentum here? Does it feel stifled? Does it feel stunted in any way because of that loss, or are they just having a shaky day? You know, what are your thoughts on it, Drayton?
I think it's gotta like mentally hurt a bit, but you can't really let that affect you the next day. I mean, obviously it can affect you the day of if you go 0-2 against the team that hasn't won a game yet, but you gotta just like take that time between games. I mean, it's been nearly 24 hours. You kind of gotta just not get over it, but you gotta learn from it what you can and kind of put that in the back of your mind, because you still won those other games. So you're still this number 1 seed from your group. You have to keep that mental strong, or you're just gonna go down 0-2 again.
Yeah, and with just how shaky their gameplay looked after well on Helios, that it wasn't looking super hot for the British Seals. So let's hope they could turn it around here on this next map. If we could get a production check on what the next map is going to be, potentially.
I believe it's British Seals loses pick, right?
It is indeed loser's pick.
Yep. So they're gonna have to find this hybrid map. We could take some guesses as to what the hybrid map could be, but
definitely won't be Numbani. Definitely won't be Numbani.
Yeah,
I can like almost guarantee it won't be Numbani.
Could go to Kings or Blizzard. I think
Blizzard could be. Even Blizzard's second point now, that's going to be quite good for that Torbjorn.
That is true. There's a lot of angles. So I have got word the next map will be King's Row, as you guys alluded to.
Right.
King's Row will be the pick for the British Seals.
Not bad.
Which, yeah, I'm excited. I want to see if these teams roll out on something different. Definitely want to go for maybe a more rush style comp, as it is King's Row. And yeah, here it is. Here's the map. Drayton, Jace, take it away.
All right. Yep, King's Row, like we expected. This could be match point if high ground Rhinos are able to take this. This is still 1-2. So, I mean, British Seals, they got their back against the wall. They have to win this map now.
Yeah, they have to go flawless from here to complete the reverse sweep. It is only one map, but that puts us on first blood and match point in the Avast Sub 24 for a place in the semi-finals. We go to Kings Row. I think it's almost a very standard ideology at this point. When you sort of lose the first map and you're a bit unsure of stuff, you go to Kings Row. Time and time again, I've seen it in basically every tournament I've casted. I don't know about you, Dre, but if the chips are down, just go to Kings Row, play the Reinhardt hero. They've got clones in to play said German hero, and they're going to go burst. So it looks like they've not found the Doomfist, but I think this May is going to do almost the same answer. And Magnolia here going to be going over to the Kree, who was just giga farming with that for Catboy Crew and on their run to that Season 2 championship, as we said.
Yep, so it's going to be the Ryan Zarya versus the Ryan Diva here. Brow Daddy was, they could have been running that Orisa Zarya, and I was very concerned if that was going to be the case, but just a little bit of caster trolling, I guess. But it's going to be this early aggression here. High ground Ryans, they're going to lose Signet first. They're down this main tank, and now it's just the go button here. Magnolia will also be taking down Drake, who got into the middle of the team, so really need to shut that down, or a lot of value could be found there. And yeah, it's just a clean set of kills there for British Seals as they take this first team fight win.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a big waiting game here for the British Seals. Drakey is going to need these bubbles from Brow Daddy if he wants to really find any deep value and really sort of ascend himself into the backline, particularly to find Butters. And that pitch is going to be incredibly powerful because of the interactions of Rocket Punch and Uppercut with Lamp. But when you take that bubble onto Drakey, you don't give it to Signet, which means that Reinhardt on your team, the core of your comp, is very, very punchable.
Yep, Magnolia, he's going to be getting the first kill onto his reverse cowboy there. Nice. Say the line. I want you to say... No. All right. Well, Drakey's going to find Paul on the back line, but Clones will be avenging that Baptiste. Will not be able to stay alive for that much longer, though, as Signet comes back in, getting that kill, Sleeping, committing that be in there as well. But Magnolia, he's down too. I don't think that's going to be enough, as Signet, he's wrapped up 3 more kills. That could open the door for a recontest, as now there's no supports alive, but Sleeping's just going to get them back in the fight immediately.
Yeah, so it looks like they might be able to get a forward hold. I don't think they're going to quite hold Gateway, the all-important choke, on Kings Row first. But yeah, you mentioned the funny line, and ironically, it was the team doing the reverse cowboy that got railed. So it is what it is, but this is a very inventive forward hold. If they get Blizzard here particularly, I actually really, really like this rotation from British Seals. They're going to drop out this window with Vincent's Blizzard ready to hopefully just put them all in the cryo chamber.
Oh, the reverse... so close!
Oh, you
close! What are you doing?
You fucking grief! Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Doctor Who just got
slammed. Still in the fight, Opium.
Oh my goodness, Doctor Who just got slammed in another dimension. Oh my god. That was something else.
Anyone unaware of the interaction or missed it, Clones managed to drop from the high ground off the window where Drakey is right now, and he slammed the phone booth. And when he slammed the phone booth, the way Earth Chatter works, it does not travel down, so he basically just slammed the phone booth. And oh my god, it's a pain champ for all Reinhardt, so that one goes straight into the loving wall of Vincent, though.
The wall from Vincent and the shield from Clones, just nothing gonna be found with the Shatter. But again, it seems like hitting a Shatter is actually a debuff here, as when you miss the Shatter, you actually win the fight. But this window could be turning the tides here, as there's 2 picks off the back of it. Both Signet and Butters taken out of this fight, so no main source of healing or really a shield here. And Protein Shake, they've gone over to the Junkrat now. I don't think we noticed that a bit earlier, but that could be valuable in trying to create some just disruption in the backline. But Drakey's gonna fall again. This is slowly gonna be British Shields recontesting, and they should be able to win it unless somehow Clones dies here. But I don't think that's really that shouldn't happen.
No, not anytime soon, but you never know with Clones, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Schrodinger's Reinhardt, I would say, but something that is very, very solid and consistent that we know for a fact is Magnolia, and I've cursed him as he falls to sleep in with the melee.
Yeah, and now it's going to be the grab, just providing so much value. I don't think that Rip Tire is necessary. It only finds the Baby Diva, but that's just... It's so much damage coming through off the back of that. Potentially Eden grab. Azu thinks it was Eden, but... yeah, it's going to be this second point tank now.
Well-coded servers. They're going to roll it in with roughly, I believe, 5 minutes on the clock. No, what the... Never mind. 4 minutes on the clock, sorry. Holy eyes. Yeah, quick maths. Well, 3 minutes 44 is a very, very healthy time bank for this last point. It's going to be almost 2 CPS just looking at the ults that British Steels have got. But if Hydra and Rhinos go early, this window from Butters could do so much damage with Protein Shake behind it. And never mind, the junk goes down.
Yep, Meteor Strike coming out to point. Magnolia is going to die. The Shatter again misses. I don't think we've seen one hit yet. And now it's going to be off the map potentially. Nope, Signa is going to be able to hold on tight for dear life. But Azu with the Diva Bomb is able to find Butters as they have committed that window into this fight as well. Both support ults actually being committed. Butters saying the game is bugged. I think he just got Diva Bombed.
I agree, but probably not. Well, man, this is a very expensive fight for both teams, actually, and that absolutely benefits the attack when you've got 3 minutes left. That's a donation straight onto the Shield of Clones, thank you very much. Drakey unfortunately meets the flashbang, and down that Doomfist goes.
The ever-present zoning blizzard from Vincent, able to force everybody away with the help of the speed boosts from sleeping. But yeah, this has been a lot of ultimates going and getting 0 value is kind of the name of this game.
A bit whiff.
Yeah, and now it's going to be the engagement here from Drakey. He's not going to be punished by the flashbang, as I don't think Magnolia was there quite yet. And now it's going to be the punish here, but he has that ultimate to get out. He's actually going to be going down to the line. The Immortality Field will save everybody coming through, but the Fire Strike, yet again, an ult finds no value. As now the wall comes out from Paul, that should be forcing some pressure onto high ground Rhinos as they're making this push. But the grab comes out this time. Something will find value, right? Nope. The ice block from the Mei is going to be enough to save him. Magnolia, again, nobody found with that ultimate, just creating a little bit of zoning there. Azu is going to fall. Clones, he has this shatter. Can somebody hit something with this shatter?
I really hope so. There we go.
The shatter is finally big. Signet a little bit confused about that one, but he's coming up on a shatter of their own. Could we see the rare back-to-back shatters that find value in this match? But sure, he's taken down sleeping, and that should be enough to really just slow down this fight. But nobody's wanting to slow down. The Diva Bomb into the back line. It's gonna fight Drakey somehow. This is such a scrappy fight. Sherb again with another kill. They found 2 in this fight so far. Vincent taking down the final healer, and now is just potentially getting these last couple of members of High Ground Rhinos as they get staggered out.
Yeah, such a long fight, and they managed to give Vincent his blizzard back and pull their window back. And I think for High Ground Rhinos, they really should have backed out once they lost that Lucia. There was no speed to catch, there was no speed to kite, and there was no beat there as well. So their entire sustain, their entire combo was gone. You can't rush without Lucia, ladies and gentlemen. Drakey gets the global warming treatment. Down he go, back into the cryo chamber for you, Mr. Doomfist, and with 45 seconds left, British Steels have really milked this entire time bank dry, ladies and gentlemen. This is a really impressive hold.
Clones, he's going to have to block this shatter if they want to be this aggressive, as they've lost Azu's mech here. The shatter comes down, but it finds nobody. Instead, Signet is going to be the one to die. These shatters are just, it's so hit or miss, and they always miss, it seems. The tire coming around. Protein Shake, can he find something with this tire? That could be the go button that they need. He's able to find Paul. That's a big pick off here, as now there's only the Lucio to get healing, but that could actually help them as they build up to this beat. Magnolia and Clones, they're going to have their ultimates online, sleeping only with 1 in response. The ultimate advantage is definitely in favor of British Steels here.
Yeah, they just kind of need to stick point and go with this.
Clones with the flank checker. Clones flanking. He's getting very aggressive. He's going to immediately fall to low half health, but Magnolia, they're able to find one with that high noon. The shatter is met immediately with the beat, and the beat comes out in response from the other end. And now Vincent, he's going to be getting the kill onto Brow Daddy, and this should be it. There is going to be no full capture here for High Ground Rhinos, and British Steels, they've set themselves a win condition.
Absolutely, 61 meters is all they need to go. British Steels 61 meters to get themselves back into the series, and there was just so many long fights in that last point, and it really absolutely benefited the defensive side every time. I wonder how often they were trying to really keep using these ultimates stacked on top of each other. It felt like both teams were really going all in, I believe, just to switch to poker terminology, and definitely some sunk cost at that point when both teams were in that hard. They really did not want to give it up, but the spawn advantage just kept coming through for the British Seals. They always had another ultimate. They found another pick, and High Ground Runners, I don't think they were actually up or even numbers in a fight for 1 minute 45, which might not seem like a long time, but it's absolutely a long time in Overwatch. That's basically half or 3/4 of their timeline that they have left, ladies and gentlemen. But it's a big investment, and they got absolutely punished, as I said, for staying in that fight too long. But now as we look forward on the attack, they set themselves a very reasonable time bank. This is a very standard comp with very set win conditions. You know, the May Blizzard going to be coming out first. You're going to have Window likely up in the first fight as well. Magnolia going to be able to off-angle and get this McCree High Noon lightning fast, if that can combo through the window of Paul, if they need. But if not, hey, they're just going to get to W key and do the standard rush. May, for Vincent, means that they have one advantage, because obviously there's going to be no ice pitch for the side of this defensive comp for the High Ground Rhinos.
I think this Sigma is also really interesting. Drakey going now over to the other Shimada. He's played as Genji before. This time he'll be taking the role of the Hanzo here. But now this double shield composition coming out from High Ground Rhinos. They really need to just... Yep, they just need to spam here. That is their entire comp, but the brawl, oh, Clone's gonna fall so low. He's gonna get saved by that immortality field, and nobody's in a position to break it. In fact, it's Butters that loses his first. Clones with an ill-advised charge against that wall will be taken down. Protein Shake's turret is also gonna find Magnolia, so this should be the end of the fight for British Seals, unless they can find a pick or two off the back of like just some random May headshots.
Yeah, I doubt it. I think if any random picks are going to come through, I think the last person you would expect in this lobby is that May. It's most likely going to come through from any other of the DPS, potentially even the Sigma or the Baptiste, both of those. And the window going to be going early for Paul, though, so this is a really good fight for British Seals here. And now they get put on the floor by Sigma. Okay, however, they stand back up and knock the rest of High Ground Rhinos back to the squad room.
Yeah, it's now just going to be a two-man disadvantage for High Ground Rhinos. They've lost two more members now as I say that. So British Seals, they're going to set themselves a good time bank to take this second point. And Clones, they're coming up on that Shatter. And again, the Shatter seems to be a debuff though. Signet popped that Shatter and immediately died.
You are right, it really is. And that was a 4-man slam as well. I'm not quite sure how you managed to knock 3 down and then lose 2 immediately afterwards. 5 minutes on the time bank. It's going to be Window versus the Blizzard, so this Blizzard is going to take a little bit of time to set up, but Butters is going to have this perfect angle with this amplification matrix. As Drakey's Dragon means that they're going to be even more pushed further into this double damage IMAX that can come out from this box.
And now it's going to be Magnolia. Oh, okay! The Shadow Bomb fights! Oh, no! D-Mech. That's brutal. Finally a Shadow does something.
Massive. So Clone gets the flank around the pub. They were distracted. They had no idea. Always check both ways before crossing the choke, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely vital, because when you don't check both ways, that happens. Clone puts them all to the floor, onto the lovely waiting arms of Azu's Diva Bomb to send 5 of them back to spawn, and that is just a clean fight win, as you like.
Yeah, Magnolia gonna be popping this High Noon just to zone. There's also the Blizzard that could also come out. It's gonna be the recontest off the back of this Molten Core. Coom will be covering the entire landscape, and Vincent's gonna fall as they throw in that Blizzard. Now the window coming out could be enough to take some people down off the back of it, but Clones is gonna be the next person to fall. And it looks like the fight will, or the push will stall out here for British Seals right at the end of second.
Yeah, it looks like, and I thought they were really going to snowball it off the back of Reinhardt, Aficionado, Clones, but this is a really impressive fight from High Ground Rhinos, not only to get the recontest, but to wrestle back tempo and honestly not expend everything in the bank. There's going to be Drakey on another Dragon Strike, so that's going to be very crucial, as they're going to be going through some very tight choke points on this second point of King's Row here. Signet has got this Reinhardt Shatter himself, so let's see if we can say anything you can do. I can do better, and once again, these Baptiste windows from both Paul and Butters charging incredibly fast. And looks like Butters himself got that window ready to go any second now.
Yep, the Dragons will come out. Just a little bit of separation here. I think they only cut off Azu from their team, but Diva can fly really wherever she wants. They're going to be back in that fight pretty fast. The Shatter just immediately hits the wall of Clones, and that's got to be demoralizing. Magnolia popping in this High Noon will be sniped out by Drakey. The clean headshot threads the needle, as there's no defense matrix or shield in front of him at that moment. Brow Daddy dropping in that Diva Bomb. Can he find anybody? They're going to fight 2 off the back of it, and that's just going to end this fight right here. Ultimate's being committed, but it's not enough for British Seals. They're going to have both tank ults coming up.
Yes, I believe Drakey used the Twin Dragon strategy at the start of that fight, and He put it back already. Ladies and gentlemen, just Hanzo. Something that I actually wanted to point out, I wanted to be critical of this defensive side. They were using ults first, which I liked, but they weren't really getting too much value. They almost seemed hurried and they seemed panicked, but I guess when you build them up this fast, eventually you can kind of just get away with it. There's now 2 minutes left on the clock. Coming up soon, that's now immediate win condition for British Seals, but they're just gonna have to go with this bomb, Dre.
Sleeping is gonna die though, but Strakey's gonna trade that out. The Shatter comes out, it finally finds somebody, and this might be the second team fight win off the back of a Shatter, but the Molten Core is going to find Clones just standing a little bit too close to that lava as Protein Shake trying to will their team back into this fight. I don't know if it's gonna work, because now it's just the Baby Diva and the supports here. Actually, that's the composition that both teams have here. And the window being committed, they really just don't want to lose this fight as they're getting their tanks back into this. This would be horrible for British Seals to stall out here yet again. Azu so close to getting their mech back, will be taken down. And now, again, they have to retreat after committing so many ultimates and what looked like a big fight win. But the
window
all coming out with the window. They want to punish here, but there's not really much to follow up on it. The Blizzard is available as well as the Beat, but they don't want to commit those in too early. Magnolia, they've switched over to the Tracer now when the Beat comes out from both sides. Paul was not caught by it though, so they could be falling low. The Shatter is able to find 2, and that could end this fight. But yet again, it doesn't seem like much is going to come off the back of it. The Blizzard is big. It's going to find it's going to find 3 in there. They have to find some value off the back of it. It's now going to be Signet falling as well. Azu losing their mech. My goodness, this fight is going so long that Butters has built up another one. Another window coming out. Magnolia able to get the D-Mech out, but Sherb has fallen. I don't know if British Shields are able to stay into this fight. And if they commit for too long, this could be their series on the line.
Absolutely could be, and Drakey finds 3 to end this fight, and they are just absolutely sort of waiting for the rain of Dragon Strikes to come down from this Hanzo has been throwing them off cooldown. Well, honestly, just crazy support play and Diva play, because both these Reinhardts are living for way too long, and you know, the Reinhardts are the fundamental pillar of any board composition. It's an early Dragon Strike. Can he find the stick? Magnolia, okay.
They've got to find somebody. They're not going to be able to find anybody before Azu falls, and that's 3 for Signet. That is it. That is game, set, and match. British Shields, the 1 seed. They're going to be falling to the 2nd seed of the C division, and that is it. High ground Rhinos. After what looked like such a losable map for them, British Shields were in such a good position. They will choke it out at the very last corner of B. That's just devastating.
What a crazy hold from the High Ground Rhinos. They go stampeding through to the semi-finals, and the British Seals, your tournament ends here as you get kind of piked straight out of the bracket. This bomb shatter combo was crazy though. Really inventive flank from Clones through the pub of Kid for a second to knock that one down, but unfortunately they couldn't quite snowball it. I think if they were ever going to do it, it was immediately after that fight, but off the back of some great mechanical touches from Drakey, from Butters, and from Brow Daddy, I believe, on the Diva, HGR are going to go through.
Yeah, High Ground Rhinos, they just clubbed British Seals into the ground repeatedly.
Really
I mean, that was such an intense matchup on Kings Row, and we have Mustard returning to us now.
Anyways, that was a great match here for both teams. To the High Ground Rhinos, once again, proving their prowess here. They take down the British Seals, the 1st seed out of their group, and advance on to play the winner of Reverb versus Aqua, which is currently going on the main stream on twitch.tv/Avast. So, yeah. Great game today. You guys said your players to watch. You know, for British Seals, we saw like Azu had some nice plays, good synergy and combos with like you saw that bomb shatter that caught 5 there on King's Row, as well as, you know, other moments. You know, we had Drake as well for High Ground Rhinos as your player to watch. And yeah, they're showing. They put out their showing today, and they just proved to be the stronger team here.
I think plaudits go to immediately, I'd say, over to Signet. We've seen Clones be very dominant, very strong on the Reinhardt historically, and Signet went toe-to-toe and potentially did better as well. I think it's up for debate, but both these Reinhardts put in pretty impressive performances. Signet hit so many, well, not shatters, just both of them were kind of donor walls at times. But,
I think it was. I think he hit shields more than he hit shatters.
He did. However, still managed to win the fight. So yeah, Sig did a crazy job with that hammer, in particular, cleaning so many people.
Yeah, Signet showing his prowess on the Reinhardt. That is what popularized him. That's what also inspired his team branding, as he is the captain of this team. So, you know, once showing that off here in the sub tourney, and you know, just great stuff coming out. And what do you guys think is going to? How do you guys think High Ground Rhinos are going to fare later on in this bracket?
I think High Ground Rhinos, they really impressed today, and I think that they're going to continue that. I don't know what's going on with my webcam here.
You good?
Is it raining? Is it raining in your room?
It's raining pixels, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, High Ground Rhinos, they really show that they have what it takes to really take it to some of these top teams. So I think that they can really continue in this. I think it's going to depend on who wins versus Aqua and Reverb. I think if Aqua move on, that's going to be a tougher matchup. I think Reverb is in a... It's like I don't want to say worse, but I think Reverb is the better matchup for High Ground Rhinos. I think if they get paced up against Aqua, I think that's going to be tougher for them to deal with. But I think that overall, they're set up pretty well for success in the rest of this tournament.
It's going to be difficult when you play comps as absolutely track pipe as that one we saw in Ilios. You can surprise even the best teams. One thing that comp could potentially get smashed by is a Farah, and obviously they could potentially be waiting for recurve on the other side of that bracket. So that's going to be scary. However, what is the natural counter to a Farah? It's a good Diva, a good Bapton, a good Echo, and HGR have absolutely all three of those.
Indeed, and as we bring up, you know, the other side of the bracket, if we could pull up the schedule here, Mr. Pika Bandito on the production. So remember, on this stream, not a lot of games going on this stream today, the B stream. We will be the next match on here will be the Komodo Knights against the Left Michigan Baby Eaters for the fourth match of the quarterfinals.
I believe. Oh, go on.
Yeah. Yep. And for the rest of the bracket, Reverb Aqua currently 1-0 in favor of Aqua on the other quarterfinals to see who plays High Ground Rhinos. And then starting later at 4 o'clock Eastern time, you have the other two quarterfinal matches. So let's not bore you any longer. I know you guys are excited. Let's move on to the interviews here. We have Jake here from the High Ground Rhinos. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you guys came out today. You guys had a strong showing. Taking out with the British Seals, who were dominating their group, and you guys put them away handily. So, how do you guys feel after that victory?
It's always good to win. You know, it always feels good to win. So, yeah, we're all feeling good about that.
Yeah, for sure. And you guys play either Reverb or Aqua after this match. How do you guys feel about playing against either of those teams, who are commonly listed as one of the favorites to take the whole tournament?
I mean, we'll just put on a show, I guess. It's all fun end of the day. So we just we have our fun. We do a bit of trolling. We'll see what we can get out of it. They're tough teams, and may the best man win.
Yeah, for sure. And you guys came out with some really fun comps there today especially on Ilios, where you guys ran out with the Torb and the Genji. And what inspired you guys to play that composition?
Honestly, a lot of us are just lacking comfort heroes, but it's just fun. We're just having fun. So
yeah, and
crazy.
Yeah, the key to success is to have fun at the end of the day. So definitely a good thing. And do the casters have anything you guys want to say?
Is there a team you'd rather face, Protein, out of Aqua or Reverb?
Say that again, sorry.
Is there a team you would rather face? Like, which team would you want to go against if you had the option?
Probably Reverb, to be honest. Because we kind of want them to go far as well. But
fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair
same
enough.
thing. Anyone can make a loser bracket run.
True.
Well, there is no losers bracket today.
Is there not?
No, it's single elimination today.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense. So
Yeah.
One life.
You got one
Okay.
life. You got to use it wisely here.
You have one shot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You're not missing a
And-
chance to blow.
No, mum spaghetti and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is there anything you want to say to the fans?
I got scammed out of a hammer kill.
Detour on.
Who scammed you?
I got scammed. Sherbs Lucio, I think. He's
Huh.
fucking-
Disgusting Lucio players.
He booped me out of the hammer kill. I hit him 5 times and he didn't die.
Pain champ.
And
And that's it. More hammer kills, maybe?
Let's hope you can get one in the next match then, Protein. Some pretty clean Torbjorn play today overall.
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
definitely. Yeah, and I believe we'll be, and I think that's it for us with you, Protein. Thank you for coming in for the interview.
Thank you, thank you.
And you know, Sub Tourney, definitely a place where a lot of people want to leave their mark, and whether you win or you lose. So we have Cousin here from the British Seals. Hello.
Hello.
So, you know, after that game, definitely a painful defeat. But you know, how's the team feeling? How's the team morale?
It's pretty good. You know, I think we came into the tourney just wanting to have fun. Me and Azu built a team that wasn't the highest as our average, but we built like a more average team. And I think it kind of paid out for us. You know, most of the other teams probably doubted us or underrated us, and then we topped our groups. I think our players really showed that they're A tier material. I think our main support Sherb and our DPS Vincent and Spyros, they really as newcomers, they really made themselves known. And hopefully they get picked up again, because I think they're great players.
Yeah, for sure.
They definitely put on a show.
And as a second player here, we have Azu as well, off tank, or just tank player actually.
Wow. Yes, I main tank and off tank now.
Yeah, indeed. We saw the main tank come out and looked very strong actually in the group stage, and even in this match as well on Elios, there was a strong showing. And what inspired you? What inspired you to play the main tank?
Monkey fun.
Monkey fun.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Not right.
Since BPL Season 2, I've been playing mostly Monkey, so I've gotten really good, and I really wanted to show what I could do, so I started, main tank.
Yeah, main tank. And yeah, you performed well too. I mean, definitely shows the grind is showing, for sure. What do you guys look to prove out of the sub tourney here going into it?
I think we wanted to prove that we could put together a team of trusted people and risky people, with Vincent, Sherb, and Spiros, and still perform well. We don't have to be the highest SR players. We don't need to be the highest SR average team to be the best. And I think we put on a performance with that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys came first in your group, and that's no easy feat. Seeing the opponents in your group, and
It's impressive.
you definitely did prove that here today. Yeah, casters, you guys have anything to say?
I think you guys just give it your all there. I mean, that bomb was absolutely insane, but
That was a crazy combo.
yeah, unfortunate that you guys couldn't move on. But I mean, first in your I forget the word for it.
Group.
Why am I blank? Group. Yeah, I don't. My brain doesn't work well.
Yeah, okay,
Understandable.
got it.
Yeah, 4-0 in that group is a very impressive achievement. I believe the based Solomon website says you guys are like a big core. I think it was a big core of Catboy crew, right?
Yeah,
And Seal Squad, right?
Not Steel Squad. The core was me, Magnolia, and Paul, which is the off-tank hit scan and flex support from Catboy.
Catboy crew, yeah. I want to say you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that you sorry, Chris, is there anything you took from that chip run, that championship run, and you sort of brought over into this, or is it sort of the case where it's, hey, like it's just a sub tourney? I guess what did you learn from that run that you even tried to apply like in the most casual sense for something like this, which is purely just a for fun tourney?
Yeah, I think the thing that definitely learned the most is that having a fun, enjoyable team environment where everyone's having fun, everyone's laughing, they're just like enjoying themselves is so much better than having super serious, gotta sprint 24/7, gotta win.
True.
If someone's dropping the ball somewhere, you gotta call that out. Like, it's just always better to have a more fun environment. And I think that's something that Catboy Crew 100% had. And it's something that I want to bring to British Seals, and I think we did a pretty good job with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anything you guys want to say to the fans before we head out?
Thank you for supporting us. Thank you to everyone that helped out. Thank you to Azu, who did most of our graphics. And yeah, thank you to my players. That every single one of them was amazing, and I enjoyed being the manager. And yeah, I'll hopefully manage again. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys for your time. I can't confirm Azu Graphics very goated. And on the topic of goated, this next match is going to be goated, so don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll have more amazing Overwatch action coming at you on the other side of this break.
Find me in the corner of the room. talk, every stolen kiss, every late night walk, every secret wish, every second chance, every time we dance underneath the light of the street lamp. Ooh.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Avast Sub Tourney 4. I'm your host, Jay Sushi, and today I'm joined by Cousin and Mustard. We're about to watch the Komodo Knights take on the Left Michigan Babies in probably one of the more exciting matches. And I am totally biased going into this, so I want to play my cards and play them on the table right now. I am 100% backing the Left Michigan Baby Eaters right now, and I want to see them go home and take on the dub all the way to the end.
I see. Yeah. Sorry, I hit my mic. On my end here, if we're talking about the nepotism train, I got my money on the Komodo Knights because I mean, you know, it's got my boy Georgie. We got Hayden, I believe, is managing. We got Wi-Fi on there as well. You know, just Jack, absolute gamer. I think Komodo Knights, they better take this W, or I'll be very, very mad at them after this game.
All right, Cousin, you're the dividing opinion then.
I gotta listen. You know, Seals just got knocked out. My team just got knocked out, so I'm gonna have to go post group. You know, Group C, second place. So, you know, they gotta make the run. They gotta make. You know, they gotta make finals. Gotta make me proud to be Group C. You know, make us the best group in the tourney.
That's fair enough. For those of those in the chat who might have missed all of Group C, you want to clarify what you mean?
Yeah, well, you know, we kind of dominated them. We kind of dominated another team, and then you know, we lost to Galera, but doesn't matter. We got first place anyway, and then you know, we kind of lost to our fairground ranks. But you know, we had fun, and it was a good run.
It was a good run.
Yeah, we all played these to have fun at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, and as you mentioned, yeah, must have had a lot of fun there in their matches in Group C. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this match is going to pan out. Both these teams looking very strong going into it, and you know, hope we see some great Overwatch today.
Me too. I guess the question we should be really asking is, do you guys think either one of these teams has the potential to take on all the other teams, well, one of the other teams competing right now, and actually win the tourney?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess it depends. I mean, every team has a chance to beat every team. I mean, Galera beat British Seals, right? Like, and Galera placed last in that group. So, you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen here in Sub Tourney, BPL, just in general. Anything can happen. And, you know, those are one of the games that just kind of proves it.
Well, let's find out actually what's happening on our first map of Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, and Lijiang Tower. I expect some amazing, some funny, silly comps to come out on here. Especially if they... or maybe just a lot of Symmetra. I think just a lot of Symmetra.
Yeah. A lot of Symmetra, maybe a lot of Lucio.
Yeah, well, let's see it. Let's see if they can pull up some boops. You know, maybe they'll... Or maybe their captain has promised $2 if they get boops. Maybe they didn't, but... Let's see if that case here. So we go right in the action.
Yeah, we're seeing you know, this is the comp that we ran, which is the Reaper Sombra. It's basically a mirror match right now, so it's just going to be getting the hack off and then going on whoever gets, you know, hacked.
Yeah, as you see, Wi-Fi struggling to hack it. Ooh, gets it on the Ahi at the 11th hour there. See, Komodo nice solution to engage onto the point. Point presence in their favor right now, as Left Baby Eaters struggling to really break through the chokehold that they've set up. There's a dive in from Walk. Will it get any value though, as he just zaps away? And it looks like the rest of the team is kiting out of there. Jack though, 85 on his Primal compared to only 67 for Guak. First Coalescence built up by Lalem on the Baby Eaters. Looks like they're going to demech Ahi, but trade it for Drafts. Ooh, first boop going to Guak, actually booping Alwyn off the map, sending that man all the way back to Brazil. As Jack gets one onto his counterpart Guak. There, looks like. Interesting. Interesting stuff coming out as looks like Left Michigan Baby Eaters are just going to clean up the stragglers from Komodo Knights. And looks like they're going to get the first cap.
Yeah, that fight was a bit chaotic, but I think that in the mirror match, it's more chaotic than it would normally be. Right there, it was just basically whoever got their first hack off, whoever got, you know, the either an ult or force a cooldown. And as I said, that, you know, again, a quite high.
Yeah, big EMP from Nyquist, so catches almost everyone from Komodo Knights. Trades his life for it, though, but then they get Jack and Tomlin's Mech Ahi with the bomb as well. Just for good measure, Wi-Fi decides to keep fighting, though, throwing in the EMP and the beat investor from Alwyn. They're able to get Ahi go out of that mech, out of life. Drams picks up one with the Death Blossom onto cute white boy, but will it be enough? Actually, looks like Komodo Knights wrestling this one back. Wi-Fi picking off Lilam is the pick they needed. They get point control, and it looks like Jack is just gonna juggle block right now.
Yeah, but you know, very nice one. They just, I guess, you know, they got that really good EMP there, and even though there wasn't, you know, much follow up at the start, it continued, and they just got the pick that needed. I know we didn't speak about it, but Alwyn is the main support right now, and I think
the Alwyn main support buff.
Yeah,
as we saw in BPL.
Yeah, just
definitely a real
in and replaces.
Yeah, Tomlinson with the bomb, looking to just kind of edge it around the corner, unable to though. Jack getting hacked up though, falling extremely low. Looks like he's gonna finally fall to the block. Primal taking on God with the Coalescence coming out here, beaming everyone, making sure his team stays alive. Looks like Wi-Fi able to pick off Guap, so no what's for either team. A big EMP catches 5. Oh, he got demacked. Get White Boy out of the fight. Komodo Knights looking poised to win this fight, but their left Michigan Baby Eaters wants to take it back. The 3-mac kill from Ahi falling up after that EMP from Nyquist. Looks like just more Saggles coming on. Ahi gets one onto Tomlinson, winning the Diva battle. The beat as well from Alwyn invested just to make sure that the Komodo Knights able to win this fight. Jack popping the Primal now. Lilam gets taken out. That's a lot less healing for the Baby Eaters, and Drams taking out Block should spell the end of this fight. But Monica determined to make it their team's fight to win with the Death Blossom coming out. Nyquist picking off Alwyn. No supports for Komodo Knights. Drams says, I'm going to turn this with my own Death Blossom. Unable to get any kills, but chunking everyone down before he eventually falls. Tomlinson getting demeched now. Block getting hacked up. Gaiken on Cobb returns with the healing for Komodo Knights, but will it be enough? Just stalling the point out. Left Michigan Baby Eaters finally able to take control of the point, but not before Komodo Knights with 98%.
That was a lot of ults invested into that one, like, extra long staggered fight. It looked like it was going to go Baby Eaters, then it looked like it was Komodo Knights, then it flipped back and went straight back to Baby Eaters. That was really nicely staggered from Baby Eaters. You know, sure they didn't have point capture, but they did win the fight eventually, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, as you see the dive going in here now. Primal being invested from Guac here, going deep into the back line. Yeah, the feet froze for a little bit there. Guac getting one on the Gaiken on God, knocking him off the map, using that Coalescence as well. That's definitely going to hurt if you're Komodo Knights. Both teams investing the EMP. Tomlinson's all hacked up, able to get the self-destruct out on time. Guac taking out Drams is a lot less DPS for the Komodo Knights. Jack getting hacked up, can't pop the Primal before he falls. And Alwyn going down should be the end of this fight, but this is final fight territory for Yizhong Garden, so both teams going to have to stagger in here. But left Michigan Baby Eaters just looking like they have more players on the field now as Drams gets taken out. Jack finally coming in, looking to get that Primal off, but Monica just doing so much damage on the Reaper, on the shotguns. He taking out Jack. Finally, should just be the end as they clean up the stall from Komodo Knight.
Yeah, we I think just a stall fight here, you know, should be Baby is just wrapping it up. They looking like they're just gonna wrap it up. Maybe some more staggers from Komodo Knights just to really, you know, invest their lives and KDA into the fight. But yeah, that entire sort of round was just back and forth, back and forth. The nature of the comps is just really chaotic. Build up a Coalescence or any kind of ult, force a cooldown from the Moira, dive the Moira, get an hack, get an EMP, just any type of advantage you can get, you need to force it as hard as possible. And Baby is, you know, they lost I think a couple of fights, and so did Komodo Knights, but at the end of the day, Baby Eaters just played it better at the end there. One from that.
Yeah, and you see both these teams rolling out on the Symmetra here, so should be good stuff. Trying to see who gets the first teleport on the point. Let's see. Oh, looks like it will be Komodo Knights. Saw Nyquist kind of messed up their teleport, so yeah, Baby Eater's going to be playing on the back foot on this one. As they slowly start to walk up, a lot of damage being taken. QY Boy gets punched by Wi-Fi, taken out of the fight here. And that should just be it for the Baby Eaters. Everyone's just so low, and you don't have the speed boost to engage onto the Symmetra in the either, so Komodo Knights taking the first cap.
Yeah, the mess up on the Sim TP didn't help them. It's kind of hard to retake into a Sim and a Doom, especially the Doom. Like, if you don't have that TP to avoid, it's not going to be great. As I say that, the Doom is already killed, so Costa's cursed in Wi-Fi already. That's not very good.
That is really a big pick though. Wi-Fi down means a lot of DPS is gone. Both teams popping the window. Lylam falling to the window. Fire strike combo, but Guax is just simply larger. But Komodo Knights saying, no, we are going to wrestle this one back from the clutches. Taking out Guac means no main tank for either team, as the teleporter is still up. So respawn should be coming in very fast. Wi-Fi comes back. He's able to pick off too. He gets the bomb out, gets the remech, but really unable to do anything after that. Instantly getting taken out of the mech. Guac unable to do anything as he returns. A nice shatter from Jack just to lock up the Baby Eaters, but Guac and Nyquist are still here. This fight's going back and forth. Baby Eaters have not flipped the point yet either, so Komodo Knights is just picking up percentage balls out from both Symmetras as both Reinhardts return. Wi-Fi back once again, taking out Nyquist, but getting traded out by cute white boy Jack. Looking to get a little bit of a little feisty there, but not really much is going to happen. Just non-stop stalling coming out from both teams. Geekon got his back on the Baptiste with the lamp as well, just to keep something alive for just a little bit longer. Oh, the tire from Monica gets taken out, but what will the tire get? It gets the supports for Komodo Knights. And Nyquist picking off all the players from Komodo Knights. Should just be the official end of the fight.
That was a very long fight. Yeah, it was just back and forth, back and forth. I think the fight turned when Drams used their wall. I don't think they placed it correctly. They placed it sort of just horizontally instead of just, you know, to help themselves get a better advantage. But yeah, I mean, Komodo Knights did just stall for so long that they are basically in one fight territory now.
Yeah. And you see one fight being broken out here. All one gets picked off early. Wi-Fi's in the back and gets instantly melted. Window invested by Komodo Knights though, so they feel obligated to continue this fight. The shatter from Jack hits directly into the shield of Guac as Guac slowly starts to press forward, running out of a shield here as he slowly presses W. And the bomb, will it be huge? It only picks off Drams, but Nyquist investing the Symmetra wall as well. Yeah, Komodo Knights are just gonna back off.
Yeah, really, I think that's wise from Komodo Knights. They didn't have, you know, much to recontest out with. They lost a couple of people. Maybe it was just, you know, they used, I think, the wall a bit late there. They also used that bomb, which really, you know, they killed their, I think killed their sim, so they had no TP. Unfortunate for Jack didn't get a shout off, but you know, they do have, you know, beat and they have coming up on like 4 ults here, so they should be able to get some advantage. But as I say, that tire is going now.
Tire. Picks off Alwyn though. With the beat up as well, 80%, not exactly a good time for your Lucio to get picked, as maybe Rhinos looking to capitalize. Ooh, a nice shatter though. Catches Tomathan, but Jack able to shield and peel for the Diva on the ground. The beat from Alwyn as he returns it now, the teleport into the backline, as well as the Meteor Strike from Wi-Fi, able to pick off Nyquist there. Drams dropping the wall just to provide extra shielding on the point. Both teams playing a 4v4 as we speak, but Tomathan looking to make it something in his favor as he picks off Lila with lucky micro missiles. And the bomb as well, able to pick off Monica. Both teams scrambling. Oh, cute white boy. See Dub getting squished by the mech. Komodo Knights flips the point back in their favor, but just a smidgen of percentage should allow a touch. Oh, that was
great.
Good zoning. Good
yeah, really
zoning.
good job. Really good job from Jack and Orwin to just know that they're going to come back on ball. Be like, yep, you ain't not touching this point. You are getting booped away, and yeah. And round 2 goes to Komodo Knights there. That was really nicely recontested there. They did lose or win first. They just waited for him to get back. Then they beat it. Then they just, invested everything into that fight. Got the picks they needed. After a bit of staggering, maybe a bomb and a remake kill. But they did eventually cap that point and finish the round off.
I saw a Twitch chat message that said, "Go Sovereign," and I have realized that Komodo Knights, half of their current roster was on Sovereign.
Yes,
so
yeah.
definitely a nice sight to see
Cursed,
these Sovereign players going for.
Cursed.
A smidgen of cursed, perhaps.
A smidgen cursed.
Yeah, both teams, a very similar composition. Diva for Komodo Knights, Sigma for Baby Eaters as they approach this point. As a lot of disruption though, Junkrat and Symmetra.
It's interesting to see the Diva and the Sigma. One gives you more DM, one gives you more damage.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. No one has fallen yet, but Jack might be the first to fall after that pin. Misses. Oh, but Guac's shield has been bursted down. The Immortality Field had to be invested. First window for Ikiranga coming here on the Komodo Knights. Drams get picked off despite the earlier window. Lilam reciprocating with one of his own as Baby Eater's looking to aggress off of it. Monica has the tire. Well, they invested. Looks like does not have to, as just the primary Fari able to do the job, picking up 3 in that fight. Despite the first cap going for Komodo Knights, left Michigan Baby Eaters comes out on top. Oh, and a pause.
We have a pause. That's great. That gives me some time to talk. Looks like the Symmetra from Drams, they just a little bit of aggression, like too far aggression, to try and punish the BAP. Then Drams got punished, and from there it was they lost their main source of shield damage. They had the Junkrat, but it wasn't gonna enforce their will onto the fight. And from there it was just kind of a losing fight. They staggered a bit and lost the cap. But yeah, the Diva versus the Sigma. You'll have to remind me who is playing the Sigma. I believe
Sigma for Baby Eaters.
For Baby Eaters. So the Sigma, yeah, it allows them to do what exactly they walked off point, played a bit slower, dealt more damage, broke the shield, broke any kind of defense matrix or anything holding them back, and just completely pounded with Junkrat, Sim, and Sigma damage. It's a lot to shield from. So.
Yeah, and looks like we're getting back into the action here. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, match has been
Jack's shield
unpaused.
is really gonna, it's really gonna take a pounding. So they really need to go faster with these fights.
Yeah, I hope the Matrix can last as well, as both teams slowly starting to reapproach the point. Nyquist with the earlier Symmetra wall drops it down as Komodo Knights tries to push in the flux as well from Ahi, negated by the beat from Alwyn. A good beat there. Looks like Monica finally going to use that tire. Will it get any value? It does not. It gets destroyed, as looks like Monica and Alwyn are traded out. Wi-Fi's tire is just simply bigger though, able to pick up Nyquist and Guac as Komodo Knights look to put on the go button onto the point. It is their fight to lose now. Player advantage up. Nice stall from Baby Eaters, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, that was really nice play from Komodo Knights. The flux from Ahi, they didn't get as much as maybe they wanted. I think it only caught one maybe, and it got the beat out, sure, but I think they still had Lamp, so it didn't get what they needed to be forced out. Really good play from Komodo Knights to just split as soon as they saw the flux.
Ooh, a nice window and the Symmetra wall just creates so much space for Komodo Knights, and just force Baby Eaters to back off, and the spam damage able to pick off Nyquist there, so that just Symmetra you cannot aggress. So nice use of ultimates and just taking space here for Komodo Knights.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do from Baby Eaters. You see that window, you see the wall, you say, okay, we back out, we wait this out, because there's nothing unless you have the best engage ever, you are not getting through. You will see they have window here to recontest, maybe enforce their will onto the fight. Oh,
that window, that was a miss and a half from Lylem.
yeah.
But Cute White Boy says, yeah, we're going to play off of that. We're going to go aggressive. Wi-Fi builds up another tire. It looks like it's going to be huge. Taking out Monica and Cute White Boy. So Baby Eater is going to have to back off, but investing a lot of ults there from Komodo Knights. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, there was maybe a bit too many ults, but they do have beat, they do have window coming into the next fight. That's all they have. They have to win with that. You know, Baby Eaters, they have flux, they have Tranquility, they have wall, they have a lot of ults to flip this fight.
Yep, and there is one of them, as you said. There's the flux, the wall, and the tire all popped at the same time. Nice combo. They're able to get 3 with the tire. So it looks like Left Michigan Baby Eater is going to pick this one back up, but investing quite a lot for it.
Yeah, that was a lot of ults. I do want to say that Guac probably won them that fight just with that pin onto the BAP. I think Gavin still had, Kid on God still had the lamp to throw down, but Guac just pinning just stopped that immediately. And yeah, that's why I got 3 there. And as we see maybe a little sneaky shadow.
Guac on the flank. Do they see him? But the lamp comes in, able to save everyone, but it's not enough. Guac taken out to make that 3 as he just goes wild, sewing in with the hammer. The flank shatter.
I thought they saw him because, you know, the TP was used right there, but I guess not. That's unfortunate. However, they will get another fight here because that fight was so quick. The Komodo Knights will get, you know, another fight and will be able to slowly push it in if they choose.
But that's going to be difficult for him to push through the window and the Junkrat. 3 people already down for the Komodo Knights. This tire has to be humongous from Wi-Fi. If anyone's even able to touch. Oh, it does pick off the Junkrat counterpart, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Wi-Fi himself getting taken out while channeling that tire. Tomlinson trying to turn things in favor for his team, but it looks like it's not going to happen as Left Michigan Baby Eaters pick up the first map of the series.
Yeah, unfortunately for Komodo Knights, they played well on the second point, they played well on the third point, but it just wasn't enough. They came into that last fight, I don't think they had much, and the early picks just really just forced Baby Eaters to the victory there. So you see Ahi with Flux here, really did a lot of damage.
Ooh. Yeah, that was a massive combo from Left Michigan Baby Eaters, just forcing out every preventative ultimate from Komodo Knights just to make sure that they cannot do anything to defend against that tire. Just good stuff coming out from both teams here, but you know, Left Michigan Baby Eaters just coming out on top.
Yeah, they certainly played the rush style a bit better than Komodo Knights. They just had a lot more proactivity to their play.
Well, this is definitely the outcome that I wanted to see happen. I love seeing the Left Michigan Baby Eaters pick up their first map. I'm hoping they go on to pick up the second right after this, make it a quick and easy and clean 2-0.
Yeah, but 2-0s are no fun. We gotta mix it up, you know? We gotta make it close. You gotta make it intense. I mean, we're all here to have a good time, and what's better than more Overwatch, you know? Actually, that's a lie. I think we all agree that we don't want more Overwatch. But
better than more Overwatch is absolutely dominating games where you're going to see some great gameplay and amazing tactics.
That is true. Definitely saw that here. I mean, from both teams. I mean, just nice combos coming out, good peel, good cooldown rotations. These teams are proving that they deserve to be here in the quarterfinals for sub Tourney 4. But only one team can advance out of here. So they putting up a fight.
Definitely. And Guac's Rhine gameplay has been absolutely phenomenal. And I'm wondering if they'll continue to play the Rhine onto the next map.
Yeah, it's totally interesting to see both teams. You know, they went for the Rhine mirror on two maps, and then the first map was Winston. I do believe that Guac's Rhine is probably stronger than Jack's. We'll have to see how the rest of the maps go and see what map is next.
I've gotten word that the next map is King's Row, so definitely a Reinhardt map.
Yeah,
Yep,
so
the classic
maybe,
King's Row.
maybe they just want to just, you know, take it to Rush. Just say, we want to mirror you. We think you're better. I do think Work's Rhino has been better. So
Yeah.
hopefully Jack can step it up.
Yeah, we've also seen some interesting comps though on Kings Row. If you think about the what was the defense yesterday from Josh and his teams with the Pharah on the defense, and then on day one we also had a Pharah defense on Kings Row as well.
Yeah, so I want to see if they roll out here with that Pharah on Komodo Knights. I've heard so many things about Pharah being played, just in general. I mean, you know, the spirit of, you know, Brian Allen just kind of lives on in that sense, I guess, in everyone. You know, always the rumors of a Pharah being played, and I want to see if those rumors come true here on Kings Row.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, maybe we see some. I mean, if it's Kings Row, probably save the May McCree Rush mirror, but hopefully we'll get something a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, like that May McCree Rush can you can only watch it so many times, you know? So I'm excited to see if there is anything new, anything exciting up for us, when we go into the map.
Yeah. Part of me kind of does want the Komodo Dragons to pick up this next map just so we can see a map 3, because I really just love watching the Guac Rhine.
I want to see it. I want to see the map 3. I want, we're all here to have fun, and like I said earlier, and let's we can make the fun thing last a little longer, just get a map 3 in there, get some nice gameplay going down.
Maybe we get a draw. That'll be fun. Get some more maps.
4 maps, yeah.
Have we had a draw yet in the sub tourney?
I don't think we've had.
Has there been a draw in sub tourney? That is a good question. To my knowledge, I don't believe so.
Don't think so.
So.
Did we have one on Numbani? I feel like we had one on Numbani, but I don't know why.
Maybe.
We might.
We will comb the archives and we will get back.
Yeah, I don't think we have. So, would be nice to see the first draw. It is interesting that it hasn't been a draw so far, if that's true, because you normally do see a draw if the teams are close enough. So
I think these teams are close enough. I think every control point went down to the wire, went down to the 99s.
Oh, definitely.
So definitely these teams are even. Yeah, very even fighting here. So as we see these teams slowly start to get into it, I want to see the draw.
Yeah, I do want to see the draw.
Much like these teams getting into it, let's get right into this game and have everybody watch and you guys cast it.
Yeah, thank you.
Sounds fun.
So here we are, the match.
Yeah, we'll probably see, like I mentioned, the Rush mirror, and it looks like Baby Eaters are going for I think I'm just going to call it the British Seals comp, because I think we were the first to run it, but hey, whatever. The Reaper Sombra, I do think it works better as not a mirror. I think it works more cleanly, and it's easier to see what the win condition is. Komodo Knights looking like they're going for just a standard May McCree Rush. Wi-Fi probably going to go for a pick out spawn and then swap. Same for All-Win.
With the All-Win Lucia, just the Mercy, I mean, just to secure the pick.
Damage boost. Yeah.
Yeah, so no picks today. No lore accurate action. Oh my god, Wi-Fi. Just 2-tapping Nyquist on the high ground there.
Yeah,
Komodo Knights have to aggress on that early pick. And aggress they do. Instantly taking point control. Jack going in deep into the back line, trying to prove main tank difference there. They demech Ahi. Guac falls low, but able to get topped up. Baby Eaters on the back foot here. 2 ticks going down for Komodo Knights as Nyquist is just returned, looking to get a hack down. Nope, just gonna pistol. Just gonna shoot the primary fire. Nyquist not catching a break, getting instantly taken out once again. Jack swinging like a madman, picking up 4. So left mission 5. Will he get the 6K? Will Ahi donate the 6K?
I don't think so. would be nice, but I don't think that's on Ahi's game plan. Yeah, I don't know what Nyquist was doing up there to get 2-tapped. Especially in this comp, you want to be supposed to playing like split up or all together, waiting to dive. You know, into rush, it's probably a bit harder because they're all going to be stacked on top of each other. But you want to probably force the lamp or dive the BAP and really hit him with like everything you have, just stuns, and Reaper damage. But, oh, and Quacker's saying that's gonna be a dead Guac.
Yep, dead Guac tries to go in, unable to pop the Primal on time. Nice hack from Nyquist though, unable to catch with anything. Oh, the Shatter. The wall proving to be a better main tank than Guac there, as blocking the Shatter for the left Michigan Baby Eaters, as Komodo Knights just cleans up house on the rest of the Baby Eaters left on the point.
Yeah, I don't know how successful the Baby Eaters are going to be with this comp. I don't think we ever played into rush, but it seems really tough to do anything. Like you can't split off anybody, and Nyquist gets staggered or
Nyquist is getting bullied this game.
Yeah,
that man is building
not having a fun time.
That man is building an AKM
Passive.
EMP.
Yeah, passive EMP.
Passive EMP. Wi-Fi picking off store with the high noon there. Alwyn getting one on a chance. Left Michigan Baby Eaters once again on the back foot. Ahi though with the bomb looking to pick up some players. Looks like he gets the remake kill though onto Jack. The beat from Alwyn just to try and keep his team up and alive. The bomb zones out people from top, then able to get Lylan with the remake. Just remake kills. Just remake kills. That is simply all that we are seeing here. But left Michigan Baby Eaters with the smidgen of a spawn advantage are just going to win this fight, and Komodo Knights will back off.
Yeah, it was an interesting fight. Komodo Knights looking like they should have won that fight. They got the early picks, but maybe it's just staggered really nicely. He got, you know, some people with the bomb and then got a remake kill, and then Tomothan got a remake kill. But yeah, that was interesting. Baby Eaters comp is gonna, you know, they might win another fight here. They have an EMP. Komodo Knights do have the Mayotte though.
Oh, big EMP though. Catches out the tanks for Komodo Knights, but Ahi eating. Clock buys his blizzards, so Komodo Knights once again might have to back off here, but no deaths coming out from either team, so very good kiting from Komodo Knights to prevent any casualties from that EMP as they look to re-engage here. Oh, mod check. Mod check. Oh, okay, we're back.
Well,
Jack, looks like Komodo Knights picks off to their store with the beat, just looking to, you know, stabilize it for his team. The shatter from Jack picks up to Nyquist and store on the ground, and looks like they're going to be down as, oh, there it is. Komodo Knights coming out on top of that very scrappy fight, and yeah.
Yeah, I think that fight there was just no one had any ults. I think they, you know, Baby Eaters had the beat, and I think Komodo Knights just were coming up a window, and it all just came down to who was gonna get a pick first. And it turns out that Komodo Knights, their rush just beats this comp. They know exactly what they need to do. They need to stay all together. You know, if they're gonna dive into them, it's gonna be not fun for Guac or for Nyquist.
That fire strike sniped Nyquist out of invisibility. Definitely an interesting one. But you can't be doing that, Jack. You had to shield it for Wi-Fi there. He was right next to you. And it looks like off the back of that pick, Left Michigan Baby Eater is going to aggress and push back the rest of the Komodo Knights. And oh my god.
Yeah, that's not great. Especially if you want to get a good time bank here, you kind of need to win most of these fights here.
Yeah, very scrappy stuff coming out. Guac with the primal going deep into the backline for Komodo Knights. Jack hacked up though, but Kananga looking to make sure that the space can still be taken by popping that window, forcing everyone from the Baby Eaters to back off here. 6 ultimates from Komodo Knights, the EMP being invested from the Baby Eaters, but Nyquist gets traded out for it. Beat from Allwind is good, does not get hacked up. Oh, the Deadeye and the self-destruct from Komodo Knights on top of the Blizzard. 6 ults!
Yeah,
all 6 ults.
They just pressed Q 6 times. Yes, they won the fight. Yes, it was a great beat from a win. But think Baby is will be able to recontest.
Oh, yeah, there is the recontest coming out. Nyquist again getting bullied once more, but that Death Blossom is good from Chance. So
now, if they had a Mei ult there, you know, if they had one of those ults that they use, probably goes better for them. Unfortunate, but you know, sometimes happens.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Automaton getting booped off the map there. In mech form, actually, so that's a lot of ult charge restore.
Yeah, as you see, Store has beat like pretty much already. Owen building beat quite nicely. Komodo Knights just have to take a fight to gain ult here. They probably won't win this fight, and if they do, it'll be like a miraculous play from Jack or somebody.
Oh, okay, probably not Jack. He does get hacked.
Probably not Jack.
With a nice one here. No ults being invested except for Storm with the beat here, just to make sure his team stays nice and topped up, as Komodo Knights was able to effectively kite it out. Nyquist falls, but trading it out is Jack, and taking on God going down means you're going to have to back up for the Komodo Knights. They did what they wanted though. They got ultimates out from the Baby Eaters, and they built up some of their own.
Yeah, they got out B and the Primal. The Primal was probably the biggest one. You know, Guac can't really go in without being threatened of death. Right now, I think it comes down to Komodo Knights and how they use their ults. I mean, they have 6 ults again, so last time they had 6 ults, they did win. So, EMP.
Yeah, so let's hope those 6 ults come in handy. Oh, Nyquist EMP getting cancelled. Wi-Fi doing a great job of shutting down Nyquist here, making sure the Sombra cannot get done. Picks one out onto Guac as well. Automaton's bomb takes out Chance. This is the moment for Komodo Knights. This is their opportunity to cap this point, albeit in overtime. Getting a full cap here will be monumental as overtime wick begins to burn.
That's 6 ults.
In the window on the cart. Yeah, all 6 ultimates have been used now for the Komodo Knights. Looks like will they win the fight? Chance trying to turn things around, but not a chance as he gets instantly burned down out of the Death Blossom. Yeah, 6 ults.
Komodo Knights are just they're just a 6 ults team. You know, they just have to build the 6 ults and then win with the 6 ults. It's an interesting tactic. You know, I guess it does work, but I think the biggest play was Nyquist. You know, not being able to get that EMP off. That's that.
Yeah, so good stuff coming out from Komodo Knights, and yeah, 6 ults. I mean, it's one way to win a team fight.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting to have the 6 ult fight just win you know, points. You know, not the best ult economy, but if it works, it works.
Yeah, whatever gets the job done.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate the 6 ults there, you know, because fight's over, you know, the map's over. But the fight before, not so much. Maybe save a couple of them ults.
Yeah, but I guess you capped at the end of the day, so that's already pretty good.
Yeah, they didn't cap with time, so you know we do have the opportunity for a draw. If you know,
even if they did cap with time, there's always an opportunity for a draw. This is hybrid.
Yeah, that's just hybrid. It's looking like the exact same comps. Hopefully Nyquist, you know, can do a bit better with the EMPs and the positioning here. I think Nyquist is getting very punished on the first. The defense.
Jack begging Guac to play Rhine.
Yeah, you know.
I want to see the Rhine v Rhine matchup. I think it'll be amazing, but I guess Guac opting to play the Winston definitely. I guess he just believes he's better at the Winston hero, so fair enough.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Baby is just positioning to high ground here. They're gonna stay together. See if they can get someone out of position. I don't think it will happen because Rush versus basically Brawl. They're both.
They went all the way around. There it is. Yep. Oh, Nyquist has been spotted out. A hack onto Clockwise, but unable to translocate out on time. So that is a 6v5 in favor of Komodo Knights, as Baby Eaters stranded in no man's land, also known as defending side spawn. So not a good place to be. Store gets taken out, but Gaken, God, and Jack giving up their lives for those kills. Left Baby Eaters have a chance to come back here as Clockwise and Alwyn go down. That should spell the end of the defense for the Komodo Knights. Slow and steady wins the race, I suppose.
Yeah, that was honestly quite impressive from Baby Eaters. They lost Nyquist there. They got the Hag of the Maid. Didn't really matter, but they kind of split their team. So they baited them into a hotel, and then Guak and Ahi just dive straight in on the back line, and that really just allowed Komodo Knights no advantage. They just didn't know what to do. They were just stuck in a room against a Reaper and a Monkey with Cleave. Like, you're gonna get so much damage there.
Yeah, and just as a funny update for the other match, also on Kings Row, they're 3-3 going into extra time here on it. So maybe there'll be a draw there as well.
Yeah, maybe a draw,
potentially 6-6 action for both these teams, as you see Baby Eaters going aggressive here onto the Komodo Knights. Wi-Fi singled out in the tube station, and Clockwise only able to pick one off onto Chance. Nyquist finally able to do some work here on the Sombra.
Yeah, it is interesting to see the Komodo Knights. They're getting, kind of out-tempoed here. They are on Rush, and I think the Rush maybe is better against this comp. But right now, they're just not playing it correctly. They're not all together. They're not all running in. They're just letting the Baby Eaters get a pick, get a hack, and as I say, get picked. Nyquist Nyquist has EMP, and that's the only ult they have.
Komodo Knights are closest. They have 6 ults. They won the fight.
Oh no.
What can I say? What can I say? They had the 6 ults up and they won the fight. That's all I'm saying.
They did. Yeah, that is true. They didn't pop all 6 ults, which is great for them. And this, I'm guessing they're just scouting. Okay, I was gonna say if they're gonna wait here, that's maybe a bit of a throw. But yeah, they do have 5 ults here. So let's see if this 6 ult, the 6 ult Knights, the Komodo Knights, if it transitions to the 5 ults as well. Hopefully it does, but we'll see.
EMP bomb combo, very good. Alwyn's beat, unable to save everyone on time, as I don't think he touched the ground before his team fell.
Yeah, no.
So he's bomb able to pick up 3 and the lamp as well. The Skill Orb picking off Wi-Fi. Komodo Knights not looking in too hot here on their defense.
Yeah, they just let them go first. When you're playing into an EMP, you kind of have to take the tempo fight before they even set up to engage. So I think they honestly should have, as soon as they saw them come out of a corner, just run into them. You're gonna get EMP'd anyway, just run into them.
Yeah, and Komodo Knights, they swap to the Moira, the Shatter from Jack. I don't think it catches any. Might have caught Ahi there, but the Coalescence is good from Lilam. A lot of kills coming out from both sides, even trades all around, but I think they favor the Baby Eaters here. Never mind. Store getting a little overzealous, getting taken out by Wi-Fi as he but there is no supports up for Komodo Knights, and Wi-Fi is kind of a little deep there. Just a little deep.
A little dead. Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. Komodo Knights, they have 1 ult. They have a High Noon. So they will have to win this with the High Noon. Baby Eaters are coming up on B and Primal, so hope they can win this fight.
Good stun onto the Sombra if anyone caught it there, so Nyquist unable to get any value out. Chance, takes out Gate Kid on God, but his mech is gone. But so is Thomason's. Picks go in the favor for the Baby Eaters, especially, and the ult economy as well as the beat comes out from Store. Jack getting instantly melted might spell the end of this defense for the Komodo Knights as the cart slowly inches closer and closer to victory. Thomason able to get remech though, so that could be huge for Komodo Knights as they begin to recontest. All win. Oh, he gets hacked up. He Ajaxes the beat. Very fortunate stuff. EMP from Nyquist now just to seal the deal. 2:43 on the clock for the Baby Eaters to cap 1 tick of point A.
Yeah, that was really nicely done from Baby Eaters. They just had ult economy the entirety of that last push. Komodo Knights, I guess they were 5 ults versus 6 ults is not their forte. They when they have 5 ults, they seem to just not be able to do anything with them. So unfortunate for them, they just lost the ult economy and then they never really got going again. They needed to maybe just say, okay, we're losing this, so we just need to go in for a fight where we are super aggro and just go for their like Lucio or something. And interesting to see that Baby Eaters are maybe going to be playing Genji. I don't think they should, but if they want to, have a bit more fun, they could play Genji.
they do have 2 minutes and some. They could get a little bit silly, you know.
They could get a little bit silly. If you're playing Genji, you might as well play Ana. You know, you might as well get a Nano Blade.
They could go a little silly. They do have the time. Komodo Knight's going for what appears to be an aggressive hold, which could which could come in handy here, as they do have to buy. They do really only get one fight, so might as well, you know, get a little silly with the one fight.
I do like the Torb Kree pick. It gives them a lot more anti-dive threat, so they can't really go into them. They have to have it say,
Oh my God! Store gets instantly melted at the doors.
Well, yeah, that's not what you're gonna, you know, that gives the baby is a lot more time, and yeah, this is just a really aggressive hold. Oh my God.
Yeah, but Nyquist is backcapping though. Yep, the Lucio coming back just to make sure that Nyquist cannot seal the deal, as well as the turret there placed on the point from clockwise, just to, you know, make sure the Sombra can't get that much value from afar.
I'm guessing Nyquist used the TP to get on the point.
Yeah, it does force them back though. It does force back the Komodo Knights. But they're choosing to aggress. Walk is down. Chance doing a lot of damage to the Wi-Fi, but I don't think it's going to be enough to turn the tides here. Gate Kid on God does fall, so that is a lot of healing gone. Wi-Fi with the high noon now as well, just to make sure that everything is all nice and done and dusted. Chance takes out Jack as he goes for the touch. Both these teams very scrappy. Wi-Fi.
This might be, yeah, that might be it there. They got the picks, they got a couple of picks there late. This may be it.
Yeah, Tomathan gets hacked up. Can he get... Will he be able to use the self-destruct? Yes, he will. Just barely, though. Gate Kid got falling means there's a lot less healing for Komodo Knights. Now none as Alwyn goes down. Tomathan unable to remake after the self-destruct. Jack making it back, but not quite able to do anything as Wi-Fi gets hacked up here. That should be the end of the series. Left Michigan Baby Eaters will advance to play the winner of Women Love Us and Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Yeah, really nicely job. Really nicely job. Really nicely done there for Baby Ears. They just played their comp better. You know, I didn't think it would be as strong into Rush. Turns out I'm wrong, so don't listen to me. They just played that really well. Nyquist did get picked up like quite a lot, but when they, you know, when Nyquist EMP'd, yeah, that's a big, massive EMP bomb. But yeah, when Nyquist
that bomb was so unfortunate.
It was just, yeah, they had no answer. Komodo Knights just didn't know what to do into that comp. They had a nice, like, aggressive hold there, but as soon as they got that one pick, and then after that it was kind of a, like, they couldn't get back to point fast enough, and they were split then, and then it was just, after that it was pretty much done.
Well, personally, I'm incredibly happy with the outcome. I got my 2-0. I got to see the Left Michigan Baby Eaters dominate. I got to see some great gameplay, and you know what? I'm all around happy.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely an impressive game, and both teams shouldn't scoff at how they performed. Komodo Knights looked super strong there to start out their attack on Kings Row, but Left Michigan Baby Eaters able to wrestle back the tempo of the match into their favor, and Komodo Knights really just didn't have an answer after that.
No, at the start of Kings Row, I was a bit worried because Nyquist was absolutely getting bullied on the Sombra, like you guys said.
God, and it's still, Nyquist was still getting shut down quite often. Good, you know, awareness from Komodo Knights just to make sure that Nyquist was unable to do anything on the Sombra, but sometimes it's just not enough to win the game, and that definitely showed here in that match.
Yeah.
It did. But you know what? All around great. All around great. I'm really excited to look and watch and see what the Left Michigan Baby Eaters are able to do in the next game that they have coming up, which who they're playing hasn't quite been decided yet.
Yeah, the game has not ended yet. It is 1-1. It is 1-1 right now between Saskatchewan Roughriders and Women Love Us. So they're going to 3 maps. I think what happened was how we said we wanted to go to 3 maps. I think that got lost somewhere, and it went to the other game instead.
Yeah, we made a typo on the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think the script writers might have passed the page to the wrong.
Yeah. A little bit of a typo. I mean, you know, Solomon is a busy man. He does make some typos from here every now and again. So, you know, unlucky that there's a typo on the script there, as I didn't want to see 3 maps here, and looks like, you know, yeah.
All right. Well, how about we pull in some players, like Lilem, and Store, and hear their thoughts.
I don't know. I think we played well. We're really working well together as a team. Now I think we've gotten much better at the 6-man rush.
Yeah, a lot of improvement every
Definitely.
game.
I mean,
Following well.
yeah, Store, the resident OCE player of BPL, one of select few.
Yes.
Here you are going to the semifinals here in the sub tourney. I mean,
Yeah.
how do
How
you
does that feel?
Yeah.
Very tired because it's 7 a.m. But yeah, I think I've always ended up on good teams somehow, so it's going well.
Yeah. Speaking of good teams, who do you think some of your favorite players on the team are? Not to make you pick favorites or anything, but totally to make.
Well,
you
that's a
pick
good
favorites.
question.
Nah. Jay wants you to pick favorites.
I do.
Honestly, I think the calls from Guok have been the difference maker and just the positive energy. It's really good.
100%. I've had the chance to work with Gawk a couple different times together as we used to go to school together, and he's amazing at shot calling and keeps the energy at a consistent, great level.
He
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah. And how do you think that energy is going to continue? I mean, you are the second seed out of your group. I believe you took out the Komodo Knights with the first seed from, I believe it was Group C. So left Michigan Baby Eaters, you guys the second seed from the B group. You guys able to make it out of quarterfinals. How do you guys feel?
I think we could take it all the way.
Yeah, all the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, 100%. I'm with
Would
you.
you-
I'm behind it.
Who would you guys like to face of the two teams currently playing in the other game, the other
The
quarterfinal?
Reverb and was it the?
It was Saskatchewan Rough Riders and Women Love Us.
Oh,
Currently tied 1-1 in the bracket. So who would you guys like to face of those two teams?
I feel like Woman Love Us would be fun.
Yeah.
Just the branding.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, and I guess, yeah, do you guys have anything to say to the fans?
Judy Hobbs for life.
Yeah, do it for her.
Do it for her.
All right. Brilliant, guys. Absolutely amazing work. Absolutely amazing gameplay. And I'm looking forward to see what you guys do in your next match.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that game. We'll be back shortly with another stream.